We're going to talk about Leah Remini's divorce, an update there. We're going to talk about protesters embarrassing and exposing Scientology, and some clips of former Scientologists doing the same. Hey, everybody, and welcome. I'm Natalie, and this is Scientology Life After a Cult, where we talk about Scientology, culty stuffs, my 35 years in this cult, and leaving with 3 generations of my family. Welcome, everybody. Hello to the live chat. Thank you to the members for being here. And of course, the moderators, thank you for helping us keep things orderly and the wheels on the bus. A little note, a little piece of housekeeping. Something is going on with YouTube where comments are being timed out, and we are not doing it. It's been happening on multiple channels this morning. So if you got timed out, if you get timed out and you don't know why, that is why. If you get timed out and you know why, then you know why, and you know why you got timed out. But just know that something is definitely going on, and it is being bizarre today, and we've seen it on multiple other channels. But for now, let's go on to a little bit of Scientology news, because, there were just a couple hurricanes in Florida and Clearwater, and I know you guys are like, Natalie, Scientology is not trying to use any of that to their advantage. No. They are not doing that. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But you guys might not guess how or why. Look at this. This is from the underground bunker. Scientology asked for more time in Whitney Mills lawsuit after storms. The Scientology institutional defendants in the Whitney Mills wrongful death lawsuit have still not provided an answer to its gruesome claims that the 40-year-old woman was driven to unalive herself by Scientology's quack aversion to psychiatry. Initially, those defendants, and these are basically a bunch of Scientology organizations, the Flag Service Organization, the SHIP, the Church of Scientology International, Tampa Organization, Bel Air Mission, and the International Association of Scientologists, they asked for more time because they knew that Whitney's mother, Leah Mills, would be amending her lawsuit to add Dr. David Minkoff and his LifeWorks Wellness Clinic in Clearwater, Florida. And you guys know Dr. Minkoff is a Scientologist who was involved in the death of Lisa McPherson, and also here Whitney Mills. He's also the father of Rebecca Minkoff, who is on The Real Housewives of New York. Now that Minkoff has been added as a defendant, Scientology is still asking for a little more time, pointing to the local damage caused by hurricanes Helene and Milton to the Tampa Bay area. Well, we can't really argue with that, so they will now have until October 31st to submit their answer to the lawsuit. Talk about trick or treat. Also in there, look at this. I was reading this article and I scrolled down and then I threw up in my mouth a little bit. This is from the Freewinds, Scientology's cruise ship, the Teen Competence and Leadership Course. Yes, Scientology wants you to send your preteens, your teens, to Scientology's ship without their parents so Scientology can do what they call creating the next OT generation, OT being operating Thetan. So this starts on Friday, 6th of December and the 27th of December. I mean, competence and leadership graduate stats and facts. So they say 92% of kids who've done this program radically speeded bridge progress. So they sped up their progress on Scientology's bridge to total freedom. Yes, they did. 96% dramatically increased production. 97% demonstrate expanded dissemination and greater Scientology action. So what are they saying? Send us your teens, send us your preteens if they can read, and we're going to turn them into Scientology zealots. They will be Scientology recruiting machines. Oh, sign me up. Take my money. I don't think so. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's remarkable, but true. Anyone can become a, quote, 9-foot tall OT, especially on the competence and leadership course. Blah, blah, blah. I can't take it. I totally want to vomit. So that's all we have to say about that. Let's all stop looking at, let's avert our eyes. That is so disgusting. Tell me what you guys think about it in the chat. If you're on the replay, jump in those comments. You know you want to. And you know who hates it? You know who can't stand when you comment or you like, or God forbid you subscribe to this channel? Scientology. Scientology doesn't like it. So do it. Everybody right now, get over there and hit that like button and subscribe, and let's piss off Scientology. Okay, so I think Kathy sums it all up here. I think there's nothing else to say about that, truly. Windy City Thetan Watch says, was their free winds experience or the dollars they had available to ship to Cult of Scientology that sped up their bridge journey? Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, Windy City Thetan Watch for the win. Okay, so now we're going to jump over and talk a little bit about Lisa Marie Presley. Every day, new news is coming out based on her memoir. I listened to it on Audible. I actually thought it was great. I would like to see more about Scientology, but you know what? That's my own spin on it. Lisa Marie Presley felt this desire to be alone when she left Scientology, Riley Keough reveals in an exclusive interview with People magazine. So Riley says, I don't know if she did this mass exodus thing because she started taking drugs or if it was the other way around, Riley Keough tells People. So she's opening up about her late mom, Lisa Marie Presley's addiction and her departure from Scientology, which is the interesting part to me. So in her memoir, which Riley completed for her mom after her death, Lisa Marie writes about first joining Scientology with her mom, Priscilla Presley, when she was 10. And you guys might have heard by now, it was John Travolta who actually really got Priscilla into Scientology. After several stays in Scientology Celebrity Center as a teen, Lisa Marie ultimately distanced herself from the church in 2013, years into her addiction to opioids. So she didn't quit Scientology and then get addicted to opioids. It sounded like she was addicted to opioids while in Scientology, and then she quit Scientology. She left everything, Riley tells People, of her mother. She left her friends, her house, Los Angeles. She had this life that was very big and just wanted to run away and disappear. When her twins were born, Lisa Marie and her then husband, Michael Lockwood, decided to move from Los Angeles to England after she found out that her staff had been overcharging her cards. She also bought a house in Calabasas for Riley and her brother Ben to live in. Her community was gone, Riley writes. She was in the countryside, 2 babies, new friends. So the interesting thing here to me too is that, so she talks about, this is what Lisa Marie Presley herself said, after I left Scientology, I started upping pills. Lisa Marie writes in the book, adding that it escalated to 80 pills a day. So it definitely got worse. And it sounds like she was very isolated. Here's the thing I found interesting about this is they talk about Lisa Marie Presley living at Celebrity Center at the Manor Hotel. You guys know in Los Angeles, it's across from La Poubelle, the Celebrity Center, the Manor Hotel. That's where Scientologists stay and sometimes celebrities live. And there's a restaurant there. And back in the day, I was waiting tables in the restaurant when I was like 17 or so, 16, 17, right when I was going into the Sea Organization. And I would see Lisa Marie Presley there. I had no idea that she was living there, let alone that she was actively, like, had gone on a couple benders while at the Manor Hotel. And let me tell you, there's no way they didn't know. There's no way they didn't know. They watch everything there, everything of their people. So I think that that is crazy. Lara says, how crazy that Priscilla found Scientology after Elvis's early death, trying to find a new grasp on life and joined a cult that did nothing for her. I agree. Apparently, Elvis himself had 1 or 2 Scientology books and he despised it, hated it, knew it was a cult, would absolutely in no way, shape, or form, based on what we heard earlier, agree with his daughter being brought up in Scientology. But she was, and I mean, it just sounds like it was a mess, an absolute mess, and that Scientology did not give her the help she needed with the addiction. They did not, or mental health treatment. Yet, after leaving Scientology, she does talk about getting mental health treatment, and her daughter Riley talks about that as well. So I'm still trying to piece together the parts of, is Riley a Scientologist? Is she not? Like, what's the deal? You guys tell me what you think. If you read the book, if you've been tracking this, tell me in the live chat, do you think Riley is still a Scientologist? I mean, Priscilla Presley's son, Navarone, said some months ago that his mother left Scientology and that his mother, Priscilla Presley, is not a Scientologist. We know Lisa Marie left Scientology, but what about Riley? Because Riley's dad, Danny Keough, and his family are very much Scientologists. As far as I know, they still are. So just more to keep an eye on as more details start to come out. Okay, this next clip here, if you're not an ex-Scientologist, may or may not make a lot of sense, but I want to share it because we have a lot of people under the radar in Scientology who watch these videos. And Paralyze to Paralyze has been doing a great job putting out shorts, clips, videos about how Scientology brainwashing actually occurs. And this has to do with grade 4, which in Scientology, on the bridge to total freedom, you do grade 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I never thought about is how it sets up and forwards the mind control. You think I would have put that together. But honestly, I did not do these levels. I passed go, did not collect 200. I actually paid quite a bit of money, but I didn't do the levels because I attested to what is called a past life clear in Scientology. So I didn't have to do those levels. I saved myself some money, but apparently missed out on some key brainwashing. Listen to this.
In grade 4, specifically the end of endless problems process, the command, pick a place, pick another place, go between the two, is meant to break down a person's psychological resistance. By constantly shifting the pre-clear's focus between two places, it destabilizes their mental footing, preventing them from standing firm on their own thoughts.
That is so powerful, the way it moves your attention around. I've linked everything below. Go watch the whole thing. The videos, the articles that I'm going to talk about are all linked below in the description of this video. And please do check it out. Check it out. Aloha, Kelly Copter. Thank you for being here on an Aloha Friday. That's right. It is Aloha Friday. That's right, Arena. I took the cheap way out. That's right. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure I did this last lifetime, so I don't need to pay for any of this stuff over here. And they said, honestly, side note, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit something about my clear story here when I attested to the state of clear without doing the lower things on the Scientology bridge, because Scientology believed I had done it in my last lifetime. And at that time, I believed it too because of, well, just that's what they do. Okay. Now, here's the thing. When you attest to this, that you did it your previous lifetime, you do this thing called the clear certainty rundown. And they're basically looking for you to say the magic words that is the clear cognition, which we talk about, many protesters share all the time. Now, here's what happened with me. I realized on my own that it seems that if there's something going on with me that's being generated, right? If it's a reactivity or the way L. Ron Hubbard said the reactive mind works, that who else is doing it but me? And if where I put my attention on, my energy flows, then wouldn't I be doing it myself if I keep putting my attention there? And that's kind of like the gist of what I said. And they're like, oh, you are clear. Because I basically, in a nutshell, what they heard is the clear cognition, which is I'm no longer, I realized I've been creating my own reactive mind and I'm not going to do it anymore. So save myself some money there. Yeah. Kind of skipped over a lot, went on to the operating Thetan levels and dealt with Xenu and body Thetans. It was just such a party. Such a party. Aloha, everybody popping in. Happy birthday, Ann, too. I'm seeing that, Ann, SPTV fan. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for being here this morning. MD Media, good to see you. We're going to look at some links of yours coming up. Oh my God, we got so much to get into. Okay, so let's look at, I want you guys to check this out. Ice to See 33 does the most amazing videos about Scientology. And she did one on when Scientology, and they might still be doing this, was recruiting people on Craigslist, right? Because, you know, when you go on Craigslist and you're looking for a place to rent or you're looking for some other thing, you know, why not recruit for Scientology there? Check this out.
As it turns out, that he or she drew up a handy memo about best practices when it comes to cyber dissemination club. That doesn't sound militant, does it? Cyber means using computers in this context. Isn't it amazing how they can use the internet for these things, though, right? You would think they'd be smart enough to get on the internet and figure it out if they could. As it turns out, that he or she drew up a handy memo about best practices when it comes to Cyber Dissemination Club. That doesn't sound militant, does it?
So you got to listen. She goes through the whole thing about, there was this document called Craigslist hat write-up, and a hat in Scientology, it's like your job, how to do a job, and basically showing people how to recruit for Scientology on Craigslist, because that's just not the creepiest thing ever. It is not. Did I hear that it's MD Media's birthday too today? Oh my gosh. MD Media, happy birthday if it's your birthday as well. This is fabulous. Hey, Eric Rader. That is so great. Let's see. Escaping the cultiverse, eh? Gabe says, if you had stayed in, you likely would have had to do the grades like a bunch of others had to. Oh, 100%. I left right when that was going on, that you basically had to go down, redo it, or do it if you had not done it. Ooh, and we're the same age now. That's right. 54. Happy birthday. Oh, there's Eyes to See 33. Check her out. You are welcome. And thank you. Thank you for doing the insightful videos that you do. It is a great resource for people who want to learn about what Scientology really is about and a lot of their shenanigans. So thank you for doing that. Okay, let's see here. Let's go. Did you guys see RelatableRees? RelatableRees did a video yesterday and she called it Ask Me About My Cult. And it was fabulous. And I want the hat that she was wearing. Let's take a look at this.
This is a pretty nutty course.
Ask me about my cult. Reese, tell me it's in your merch shop because I need to order it.
Science of Survival. It's pretty nutty. Pro TRs. Pro TRs was a tough one for me. But honestly, I would say course-wise, I just named them. Auditing to me was a little bit more batshit crazy than courses. Like doing the pregnancy assist, pretty nutty. Yeah. Any kind of NED auditing, which is New Era Dianetics auditing, pretty nutty. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, Reese gets into a lot about her experience in Scientology in that video. So again, link down below. Check it out when you have a chance. Tonight, this evening at 6 p.m. Central, that's the time we're shooting for. Reese and I are going to get together and have another girls talk. So you might have caught us earlier in the week. We didn't even get to much of what we wanted to talk about. So we are going to do that tonight. I hope you can join. We're going to stream it on both our channels. You know what that means. Have one of us on your television and one of us on the phone. Spread the love, share the love. Speaking of love, let's talk about one of my loves, and that is Keough. I adore this woman. Keough did a video where I'm back with the answers you've been waiting for. She did a live Q&A. You can check it out. Oh, Kelly's here now. Queens. Okay, let's check out a clip from this.
Whoever called the police.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's back it up. There we go.
Turi says, I would love to protest outside flag. Honestly, it was crazy. They, the Scientology, whoever, called the police. And then when the police got there, they literally like took pictures with us. So, you know, that was encouraging. They were super.
That's right. When we were in Clearwater in April, it was a bunch of us were there, and even my Tony was there. It was a trip we took to just really I mean, honestly, one of the things he wanted to do was protest Scientology and at Flag, being it's like, you know, the belly of the beast. And we did. And we're out there and Scientology calls the cops. And just like she says, they basically took pictures with us. We have pictures of us and the police with our protest signs in front of the superpower building. I'm sure it made Scientology very unhappy, potentially security and their public relations people. And I thought, what a great opportunity to remind Scientology about that. Do you remember that Scientology? That time a whole bunch of us suppressive people were outside at Flag taking pictures with the police because they actually don't like you. Kelly says, can't wait to share the beautiful memories we made and Natalie's fashion show. Yes. Kelly, we got some videos we need to relook at from that time. Yeah, I'm all in. Let's do it. Okay, so now let's go over to growing up in Scientology, where Aaron sat down with Jenna Miscavige talking about Scientology's child labor camp. And if you are not familiar with Jenna Miscavige, you can find her here on YouTube. She wrote an amazing bestseller book. It's also on Audible. I read it years ago. I'm listening to it on Audible. It will make your toes curl in terms of being disgusted with Scientology, but it really fills you in on so much more, including what it's like to have a childhood at such a young age at this ranch for Sea Org members' children, the cadet organization that she was in. Let's look at a clip.
Okay, there's another thing that it says here. Did the students...
Now their jumping point is this website that Scientology made to be like, oh, the ranch was just this fantastic place. It was just this beautiful place for children. They loved it. They just played with horses and it was all so peaceful, and maybe they had a little bit of chores. Yeah, no, you're lying. Let's hear what really happened.
Work at the school. No, not at all. We had chores to do just like most other kids. Are they just being cute with their words here? Like, what does that mean? Who did work at the school, if not the students?
I mean, what they're doing is just outright lying. We worked every day for hours. Like, so many of the things that you see in the pictures there at the ranch just weren't there when we first got there. We basically like worked every day as like a full-time job to make it look like that. So, I mean, we were organized into, like, we had our own organizing board, which is like just an org chart. We were assigned to divisions. We each had our own jobs. I even brought this like little certificate from the ranch. Oh wait, this one's better. It just is once when I, like, my division got awarded Division of the Week. I was the head of Division 2, which, so like,
I love that Jenna has so much of that and can share it, but no, it is not the childhood oasis that Scientology tried to make it sound like that it was. And I'm so glad that so many of these children who are now grown up are sharing their experience and what really happened, including Lara FM, who was on with Windy City Thetan Watch, and she herself brought up too what it was like in this cadet organization for kids.
People were flying over the ranch, news reporters, German reporters. We can talk about that later, but there were news reporters flying over the ranch just to get any aerial footage of kids working and digging trenches, which they did. They definitely did, because they caught it. They came right over the canyon and they were just, I'm sure they were on it. You know, they knew, and you could see the camera out the plane getting these kids, and you could see us run. We were trained and drilled to go inside and just hide in the greenhouses and all the things that we worked on at the ranch. So yeah.
Train to hide. So when there would be helicopters, media going over, law enforcement, these children were trained to hide, to go hide when this happened. Link down below. Check out the full interview. It's going to be down with all the other videos and stuff that we're talking about right now. Stasia says when she talked about basically plowing the gardens as children instead of a tractor, right? I know. In listening to the book on Audible again, it's just been like multiple times I've been like, ugh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Okay, now let's see. Let's go over. Hold on. This is another clip from Windy City Thetan Watch here that has to do with how the cult of Scientology preys on people when they're at their lowest point.
You'll hear me say this a lot. The reason that I think it's important that I take that flyer away from people is I don't want it to be stuck in their drawer on a day when they broke up with their boyfriend or when they break their foot in ballet, because I don't want that to be an option, because Scientology feeds on that. If you go into Scientology with any kind of that message, they're going to pick up on it, and they're, ruin, I guess, would be what it is.
That is so true. So true. Just continuing to, share the truth there. Let's now go over to L. Ron Hubbard Way, where MD Media, who's here, and it's his birthday. He's got a new channel. So Faces of Scientology. Check it out. It's linked down below. We're going to look at a couple clips. He's been going in and doing videos and then uploading it because you can see it so clearly. It is amazing. I cannot believe no one has done this yet, especially at the blue buildings, because you really can see it clear. Because as we know, Scientology, we suspect, has messed with live streaming and signals when people are out front there. That is what we suspect. It is alleged, but it's very sus that it seems to happen quite a bit. And you go a little ways away, suddenly your cell phone and your live streaming works. Let's look at this.
How we doing? Heck yeah, it's so nice. Have a good day.
Is that Scooter Man? I'm pretty sure it is. Philip Campos, the guy who ran his scooter into Danny and then tried to claim that Danny stole it and assaulted him, took him to court for a stupid TRO, and he ended up embarrassingly losing. Is that him? I think it is. He's trying to hide behind the cup, but
How you doing, buddy? Have a good day.
smoking a cigarette. Yep. Doesn't he seem to be out there often? Doesn't he seem to be sitting out there often? I don't know. Does he got a scooter hid behind that chair? He's just going to whip it out one day and just go after somebody. Okay. MD Media says, yes, it is Scooter Man. All right. I thought so. I think it's weird that he's just sitting out there.
Day. Good morning, folks. Have you guys seen Phil Anderson?
So let's see. This is probably, what has happened? What is that uniform? Why don't I recognize it? I feel like the brunette is a Sea Org member. I don't think the other one is. She's probably being recruited, if I had to guess.
And telling his daughter Megan Anderson's looking for him and loves
Whoop, about face. Did you see the lady with the broom? She came out and she's like, no, I'm turning around.
him and misses him. Have a beautiful day. You guys are all loved and appreciated.
We've seen this lady out there multiple times too. It just feels a little Truman Show. Like, okay, we're going to have 2 of our senior operating Thetan Scientologists who've done past body Thetans in Xenu. We want you to sit outside. Because I feel like it's like the same couple of people that we see there.
Nothing against you personally, just Scientology and their terrible practices.
See how the guy's sweeping? That's what that other person was coming out to do and did an about face.
So have you seen Phil Anderson, Ben Francis, Mike or Emily Jones? Their families miss and love them, as well as Jared Gill. You're loved, my friend.
And he's just going through and letting them know, hey, you're loved. People are thinking about you. It's just like, it's so kind. And I love that he's calling it Faces of Scientology, because with this footage like this not being live streamed, you can really see it. It's so clear. Jess says, I told my congressional office that Scientology does not cooperate with authorities, and there are many eyewitness accounts of behavior unbecoming of a religious organization. That's right. That is right. Jess reached out and her representatives responded with, oh yeah, we need to look into this. Scientology's tax exempt status. Oh yeah. We need to end that. They definitely seemed all about it. So good job, Jess. If you go to SPTV.SPACE and you go to resources, look for the congressional page. You can find your representative. You can find a form letter. It'll tell you who to CC in case you get a response. So those things can be tracked. I was reading Kelly Copter's comment at the same time. They use their OT powers to defend the building under attack by lowly SPs. It could be. Maybe that's why they put their people out there. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, moving on to, speaking of Faces of Scientology, we're going to look at another clip here from him. Take a look at this. The door is open. The door is open where they work on cars and sometimes get deliveries.
It's okay to
Whoop. Sea Org members in the wild.
believe Scientology, folks.
Oh.
Phil Anderson, Mike, Emily Jones, Jared.
Abort. Everybody run. Go behind this bizarre enclosure that we built some time ago so that we can hide ourselves and others from the prying eyes of people live streaming and protesting. But I'm going to take this bucket to make look I am actually doing work. I'm not just leaving, but let's close the gate. This person's just going to hide in the car. This guy, I'm coming out. Oh, no. Nope. Got to turn around. Can't do it. It's somebody with a camera. Let me alert security. Let me let them know. It's so dumb, but I'm loving these. Again, Faces of Scientology, link down below. And I think Nancy put the link up there as well, where you can find these videos. They're fabulous. They're absolutely fabulous. Okay, now let's go. Oh, we got one more, you guys. Oh, there was an aggressive Scientologist. That's right. Confront and shatter, not scatter. No. This one tried to confront and tried to use his evil vibes to intimidate MD Media, and he failed. MD Media still greeted him with love. Katie Fulton, good to see you. Love back to you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's take a look at this, because this guy was like two different ways of looking pissed off. And he is a Scientologist. You might be thinking like, well, but how do you know he's a Scientologist? The backpack. The backpack is the giveaway. It says Advanced Organization of Los Angeles right on the back, which is that blue building right behind him, where the operating Thetan levels up through 5 are delivered. Let's take a look at this bizarre and disturbing encounter.
If you want to leave Scientology, we're here to help you leave, all right, bud? I took the train today. Just jump on that train. We can help you. You're loved by many. I'm here almost every day.
Oh, what was it? Was it you're the loved by many piece that was so offensive to him?
Don't come at me, buddy. Back off.
MD Media did the smart thing. He back up. If this happens to you, because Scientology will try and bait you into a confrontation and make false claims about you. But he keeps a walk.
I wasn't following. I was just spreading awareness and love, buddy. Have a beautiful day.
And he still wishes him a beautiful day. I mean, really think about it, people. How can anybody argue with the fact that, he's out there just being lovely? Hey, if you want to get out of your cult, if you want to get out of Scientology, I can help you. Sometimes I have a car. Sometimes I take the train, but I'm here. And Kelly says, okay, with the AOLA merch. It did. Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. Oh, we all had our Scientology merch back in the day. Now we got different merch. In fact, speaking of merch, I'm wearing easily distracted by SPTV. Oops. There you go. See that? You can find that in my merch shop. Nancy will share a link. There's also a link down below. I got new merch out too. Okay, so now let's go over to Nashville, because guess what? I was so excited when I saw this, you guys. But Dan Walks LA was in Nashville, and he went to Scientology Nashville, and it's a shit show. You got to see this. It's ridiculous. We did see relatableRees went like a month or so ago to Nashville. The place, just when you think it couldn't go more downhill, it did. Look at this.
See over here.
And by the way, any under the radar Scientologists from any in the world watching this is happening at pretty much every Scientology organization. Even these ideal organizations, they're falling apart.
Oh, come on.
You had one job, Scientology, one job. Put up the sign.
Your banner tech is a flunk.
Flunk.
Wow. Sunday service, everyone.
I mean, look at that. Scientology, Sunday service, busted up sign. And that is not the worst of it, you guys. That is not the worst of it. I saw something. I don't know if Dan saw it. Right, Irina? That banner is out PR. Flunk. In fact, we got to wake up OSA. David Miscavige, wake up your people. Office of Special Affairs, wake up my lovelies. It is Aloha Friday, but I got to bust your balls for a minute. Okay, this is so out public relations, which in Scientology, that's what they call it, out PR. Are you doing something that's making Scientology look bad? You are out PR. Out PR. Scientology themselves are out PR. In fact, I'm not sure there's anybody working as hard to end Scientology as Scientology. So, my friends in the Office of Special Affairs, Karen Wessling, if you're still there, I don't know if you still are in the Sea Org or you're on the Rehabilitation Project Force, because I know when you were trying to tear apart my family many years ago, that was exhausting, but you still went into the Sea Org after that. So It's so out public relations. We're going to continue to watch, but Office of Special Affairs, watch with us so that you can go tell the people in Nashville to get their act together, because this is embarrassing at this point. You're doing so much of the work. I mean, and you know what? Hey, thank you, right? Making it even easier for us to expose Scientology. Nobody exposing Scientology faster than Scientology themselves. Look at this. You got to keep a close eye, though. This is some creepy stuff coming up. Okay, what is with the creepy handprints on the door? Like somebody slid down, all right? Do you guys see it? Do you see it? Is it just me? Am I reading too much into this? I could be. It is Friday. I don't know. Look at this.
I cannot see anything
It's like somebody was like, were they trying to get in or trying to get out? It look, in my mind, they're trying to get out.
through there. Awesome.
It's just embarrassing. Clean your windows, clean up the street. And just when you think it could not get any worse for Scientology there in Nashville, it does. It does. Wait till you see this. Just going a little bit more down, still in front in Scientology. What in the name of Xenu is this?
Now, it is way too bad that L. Ron Hubbard died before he could write OT9, OT10, have Sciento driving.
I mean, what is this? What, did a car hit it? I mean, that looks like a hubcap. But let's leave it there. Let's not even go out and try to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Get a broom, clean it up a little bit, photograph it, of course, because it could have been an accident, but at least try to clean it up a little bit so it doesn't look like such a haunted house.
Like, the fuck?
It's crazy. It's just crazy. But there, Scientology doing the work for us. They're out there doing the Lord's work and exposing themselves. Well done, Scientology. Good job, Office of Special Affairs. I know you got your hands full. We know that. You got your hands full. So maybe we should, I don't know, cut you more slack. We're not slowing down. Kansas City, Z News, and Auditing Scientology KC are there. Check out Allie, Z News out there, rocking it with the chalk tech. Scientology covers up crimes. She even does a whole hopscotch thing by the front door. And Scientologists, they do actually look at it. We're going to see a little bit of that. Let's first take a look at, okay, so this is in front of Kansas City and Allie's there and Auditing Scientology. Mike is down the way. You can see the chalk tech. And then, there's a Scientologist who approaches, and then two more Scientologists approach. Heading to work. All right, let's get in there. This person's going to be nice and hold the door, right? We're looking okay. Let's get in there. But then, boom, she messes up the shade tack. Is that some type of plastic or something over the door? Because do you guys remember how pretty much you could see right in the door there at Kansas City? I know when I was there, I could totally see it. And now they put this whatever this plastic is over the door because that's classy. That's super ideal. Nothing says ideal, professional, beautiful building than plastic black things down on the other side. Even people are banging into it and getting caught on it. I swear. Kathy, yes, Allie is the queen of chalk tech. I would agree with that. Okay, so also there in Kansas City was Auditing Scientology. Mike, check this out. So here's the thing. This is a staff member coming up. This staff member, this is my favorite part of this video. He is actually reading the chalk tech. This dude is late to work, okay? He is late to work and he's still stopping to read the chalk. I'm not going to lie. I love it. I love that he's curious. You can see him. I wish it was a little clearer, but he looks at that one. What's that? Ooh, what's this? Hopscotch. What is that? Ooh, OT9 and 10? I don't know. And then he goes inside. They're seeing it. They read it. It's noticeable. Everybody knows. Okay, let's jump over to Denmark, where Scientology up north, L. Ron Hub cult are out there doing their thing without a restraining order. Fail Scientology, fail Office of Special Affairs. You tried to get one, you failed, you will fail over and over again. But here they are doing their thing outside, chatting with the police.
Hi. Hi, Miriam.
Hi.
Hi.
Not really.
Yeah.
But
Now I'm being like, okay, really disappointed that my tax money is used on this. Oh my God. Let's do it in English so he can follow also.
No problem.
Yeah.
You probably want to make a demonstration.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which is fine.
Yes.
But we've got a call from the church.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you. It was a nice
You were
gesture.
definitely not rolling your eyes. That's for sure.
I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Yes. Okay. Good.
So basically, when the cop refers to Scientology as a church, what's not on camera, per what she's saying, was pretty much like, church. Like, they know. They totally know. He's just trying to, like, at least give the appearance of being neutral and not already knowing that Scientology is a complete and utter cult. He knows. He totally knows. Okay, let's talk about this Leah Remini divorce update, you guys. People Magazine. Leah Remini and husband Angelo Pagan settled divorce nearly 2 months after split announcement. That is record time. Now, I don't think it's as fast as relatableRees' divorce. I want to say that happened in like 6 weeks, but Leah Remini seemed to be trying to beat the record of getting the fastest divorce on record. She came close though, 8 weeks. I got to confirm with Rees. Was it 6 weeks? Did it take 8 weeks? Her divorce, I think, might have been faster, but Leah Remini trying to give relatableRees a run for her money, doing a divorce in 2 months. So they filed in August after 21 years of marriage. The couple finalized their uncontested divorce on October 11th after agreeing on the terms in mediation outside of court, according to documents obtained by People. The stipulation has been made confidential after a written agreement provided to the court was signed by a judge. I get it, right? Why wouldn't you want to make it confidential, especially if you're a celebrity? Remini and Pagan separated August 1st, officially filing for divorce later that month. They shared that they were going their separate ways in a lengthy joint Instagram post. Well, here we are after 28 years together and 21 years of marriage. We've decided to file for divorce, they wrote. This decision came after a lot of thought and care, and as hard as divorce is, we are approaching this with a positive outlook because we know it's what's best for us. We are proud of how we have worked together, blah, 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 blah. They did give a nice statement. So basically, the rest of this article is just what their earlier statement was, but they do say from our perspective, this marriage was a huge success, and now we're looking forward to creating even more cherished moments just in a different way, they also shared. I think that's a beautiful thing. The pair added that they hope to be transparent about the future after making their marriage public on various television shows throughout the years. So it will be interesting. This is like their initial statement that they put out when they first announced they were divorcing. And, they talk about it being unknown territory as they were taking steps through this. Their daughter is 20. Sophia is in college, and Angelo has 3 sons who sound like they're grown. So sounds like it's done. It's done. It's settled. It was done quickly. It seemed like it was fairly painless, at least from what we can see. But now I got to find out who got the quicker divorce. Was it relatableRees or was it Leah Remini? I am curious. I'm checking the chat to see if anybody actually said, if anybody knew. Let's see. Okay, I don't see anything yet there. Okay, here's what's happening, you guys. I have a date today. It's actually going to be a double date. As you guys know, I had a rough 24 hours yesterday, and my he is a retired galactic overlord, Xenu, is taking me on a date this afternoon, and I'm going to bring you guys with. I'm going to bring you guys with. Let's just check something here. I wanted to share this. Amber says, I had so much to say with the chat because I was one of the pack cadets that renovated the pack ranch and it was brutal. Keep sharing, Amber. Keep talking about your story. Let's see. George Massey says, great new Dianetic spoof video from Church of Scientology. You can find Church of Scientology here on YouTube. Search it up. That person is doing some hilarious deep fakes for sure. Escaping the Cultiverse. It was my 26th wedding anniversary yesterday. Got married in the cult and somehow we survived. Whoa, congratulations. Absolutely congratulations there. Let's see. Okay, here's the deal. So keep your eyes out because I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back in about an hour, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm just saying, be ready. Shenanigans are about to abound. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, hit that like, hit subscribe, set your notification bell to all, and join me in a little bit for some fun with my sister, Anne, a retired galactic overlord. In the meantime, baby, listen to me. Who am I talking to? I'm calling you all baby now. In the meantime, hit the like, the subscribe, do all the things, get out there and have an amazing cult-free day. I'm going to see you in a little bit over an hour.